Assalamualaikum and good evening, everyone. I am glad to welcome all board members to our second meeting of the Surya Holding Stadium Berhad. Thank you for being present in this meeting. Can we call this meeting to order?
Yes.
Yes.
First of all, I would like to ask Ms. Sitwatri, are there any apologies for absence for today's meeting?
Thank you, Ms. Chairman. For today, Ms. Aina is on medical leave because of COVID-19 since yesterday. Also, Encik Shafiq will not be here today because he has a meeting to attend to. That's all.
Thank you. Can we proceed to the next item regarding of the minutes from our first meeting?
Yes. I will read the first committee meeting. The minutes of the first committee meeting of Project Alpha is on 16 November 2017, Thursday, on 9 a.m. until 12 noon at the Al-Sham meeting room. First committee meeting of Project Alpha. The first agenda is greeting and opening by the chairman. Second one is short briefing on Project Alpha. Third one is report on three potential sites for Project Alpha, suggestions for projects, and lastly, any other business. 150 greeting and opening. The meeting was called to order at 9 a.m. by the chairman, Miss Fikri, Miss Ain. She thanked everyone for making the time on such short notice. 2.0 briefing on Project Alpha. The chairman briefed the committee on the latest investment to be made by Surya Holdings Sdn Bhd, which was Project Alpha. Project Alpha is aimed at meeting the educational and entertainment needs of Gen Z and Gen Alpha. The committee was informed that the approximate cost for the project was 150 million ringgit Malaysia. 3.0 report on three potential sites for Project Alpha. 3.1 Ms. Fatin reported on three potential sites for Project Alpha. The first site with the potential to be developed and turned into Project Alpha was a forest reserve named Bukit Belacan in Ampan, Selangor. It is located about 15 km from Kuala Lumpur and accessible by car. It is currently closed to the public for a total refurbishment. 3.2 The second site was an empty warehouse in Pasir Gadong, Johor. The empty warehouse is about 5,600 meters square. It is only 18 km from Singapore, 32 km from Johor Bahru, and 41 km from Skudai, Johor. The warehouse was used to store heavy farming machinery in the past. 3.3 The third site was a green hilly land in Bukit Kor, Terengganu. Bukit Kor is a combination of hills and flat green land with adventurous curves and turns. It is located in Marang and about 200 km from Kuala Terengganu. 3.4 All the three sites are undeveloped yet possess unique attractive features which could attract crowds. 3.5 Mrs. Julie Lee suggested that the committee be given 2 days to visit each site in order to experience the ambience of the place firsthand. 4.0 Suggestions of projects. 4.1 Committee was informed that Surya Holding is aiming for an educational cum business venture where the proposed site could be a place where global technology meets nature in a dynamic symbiosis. 4.2 Mr. Benjamin proposed that the committee be given 2 months to research the three sites and their potentials so that the viable business cum educational project could be put forth. The suggestions was seconded by Mr. Al-Fateh Al-Hakim, but the time frame agreed by all members was reduced to 4 weeks. Mr. Ramanathan suggested that each committee member bring a proposal of the project with approximate cost and relevant supporting documents for the next meeting. 5.0 and any other business. 5.1 Mr. Freeman suggested that another staff be put in his place as he has been assigned to head the Lang Tengah project. That's all for the first committee meeting of Project Alpha.
Okay, thank you. The second,
Sorry to interrupt, Ms. Chairman. Um, I think there is like error on paragraph 1.0. The chairman, this is state that chairman is Mr. Fikri Firman, but the correct chairman is Mr. Shafiq Imran Nazir. And the second error at 2.0, the project cost state that 150 ringgit, 150 million ringgit. But the correct is 250 million ringgit. And lastly, at 3.1, the it stated that Ms. Fatin reported on three potential sites for Project Alpha. It's not project, it's Project Alpha. Okay, that's all from me.
Okay, thank you. I will make the necessary correction after this.
anybody else who want to add?
Me. Sorry to interrupt, Miss Chairperson. I would like to correct some errors. From paragraph 3.2, it is mentioned that the second site was an empty warehouse in Pasir Gadung, Johor. The correct warehouse located is in Pasir Gudang, Johor. Lastly, in paragraph 4.1, the community was informed that Soria Holding is aiming for an educational cum business. And the correct one is Surya Holding Sdn Berhad is aiming for an educational cum business. Thank you.
Okay, I will take note and change them after this.
Thank you. Is there is there anything else?
No.
No.
Mm-mm.
Okay. Now I propose the minutes has been passed as to record. Let's move on. Any matters arising?
No.
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 Okay. Let's move to the our next agenda, the proposal of potential project. Now I would like to ask Nisa to propose your project.
Okay, thank you, Miss Chairman. Um, okay, I already go to Bukit Lacan Ampang Selangor, and I think it's suitable for do the camp for SPM student. It's like a seminar. We call it Brilliant Camp for 3 days and 2 nights. The cost for each participant is 120 ringgit. So we provide food and accommodation. So we can invite a popular teacher to join the camp, and it's good to improve their self-confidence. That's all from me.
Okay, anything else to add?
Me, Miss Chairperson. Okay, for my project, I already went to the Bukit Core, Kuala Terengganu, and I think it is suitable to have a project which is the UPSR Motivational Camp, which involving year 6 students because as we know they are preparing for UPSR examination. And Bukit Core has attractive features that can provide the students with a balanced education and entertainment. Okay, for education, we can invite teachers for every subject for their learning session, and also we can invite the motivator to share and give support, motivational support for them in order to fix the UPSR. Also, for the entertainment part, we can let the students to experience many adventurous and challenging activities such as jungle trekking and mountain bike. These activities can release their stress and also make they feel better in order to prepare for the UPSR. So my project will help for 3 days and 2 nights at Eco Kuala Terengganu, and the approximate price for the project is about 100 ringgit per student, which includes the drink, food, uh, accommodation, and the goods for the activities and also uh, the learning session. That's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, now now I would like to hear a proposed projects from Miss Ali Hanani.
Thank you, Miss Chairperson. So for my project, I would like to propose uh, I would like to propose a 1 day hiking tours for school student to customize their educational experience as well as their entertainment. Um, okay, so basically, the the location the location is at Bukit Kormara Terengganu, and the trip will include the trip will cost each participant RM 70 ringgit, and it will include lunch and snacks, and also an expertise guide. So um, okay, so what I think doing an activity such as hiking can help the students to learn to read a map, or maybe once they are on the hike, they will be enjoy the scenery and exercise. Um, the student also can learn uh, and strengthen their skills that he will later can use at school or their future life. That's all from me.
Okay, anything else? Question, additional idea, agreement
Mm,
about the project proposed?
okay. I want to ask Miss Aline. Uh, could you explain to me how that is going to work?
Okay, so basically, as we know that um when hiking or climbing the mountains, the Bukit Core, they can enjoy the scenery as well as to exercise. And maybe there will also be plenty of moments to teach the student about outdoor skills and help them to collect some experience for their future needs. For example, they can learn, as what I have mentioned before, they can learn how to read a map. In this age of Google Maps and GPS, knowing how to read a map may seem like an antiquated skill.
Oh, that sounds like a
So,
very good idea.
at some point, yeah, and at some points, um, the maps, at some point they can gain the skills, and also the maps contain much more information. And knowing how to read a map will help the students to identify the landmarks they can see on their hike.
Mm.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else to add?
Mm.
Um, Me, I want to ask Miss Yaya about the educational camp for student six. Um, do you think I am afraid I am not quite clear on the procedure. Can you explain more about your project?
Okay, thank you, Miss Ali. Basically, we will invite students, year six students, from Kuala Terengganu itself because it is much easier and also uh, cost saving because the distance is not too far, and we will uh, divide them into groups so that they will know their friends from every class, and from that we will expose them to the new activities such as what I have mentioned before, for example jungle trekking and mountain bike, where they can experience new adventurous activities, and also they will be exposed to a learning session which includes teachers from their schools, or maybe we can invite teachers from the elite schools maybe because they are more experienced. And also we will also try to discuss with the UMT campus at the Bukit Core because as far as I know, the UMT has a campus there which is the, I think is um, some sort of new things be learned by the students. So maybe we can collaborate with the UMT to have to make sure that the students can also enjoy their campus at the Bukiko.
Yeah, Miss Yaya, you have got a good point there. I agree with you.
Yes, me too.
Thank you, Miss Nisa and Miss Aline.
Okay, thank you, everyone. Anything else?
No, I don't have any question.
Okay. Same site Bukit Marang Terengganu is a good idea. We will consider the ideas and look into this matter. Could you please survey any further for the details and update it for next meeting? Uh, Thank you. Our next item is date, time, and venue for next meeting.
Okay, the next meeting will be on 20 June this year, Saturday, which is Saturday at 2 p.m. until 5 p.m. And I will send notice if there is any changes. Thank you.
Well, then, thank you for coming. Will someone propose the meeting to be adjourned?
I joined the meeting. I joined the meeting to I thank you.
Okay,
Okay, thank
Thank you, everyone.